What's up, Madridistas? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, the international break is over. We can finally focus on club football, more specifically, Real Madrid football. Now, the international break, some people like it, some people hate it. I'm in the middle, but I will say the biggest win out of this break is that none of our players picked up any injuries as of this recording. No freak accidents, no random knocks, nothing. So that is a win. Take that as a win, guys. It may be a small win, but we'll take all those wins. We're coming back healthy. There are players that have already been injured that could be coming back sometime soon. I'm looking at you, Camavinga. We'll see. And then Jude, he's training with the team too, so we'll get into that. And then obviously we're going to do a match preview of Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad. We'll talk about how we looked against Mallorca and where we left things off, and what that looks like going into this match against Real Sociedad. And then I want to talk about Champions League a little bit and how that is going to affect our schedule and possibly factor into my predicted 11 and this Xabi Alonso's 11 moving forward. I think we're going to see a lot of rotation, guys. The schedule is going to get brutal. I'm not going to lie. The schedule is going to get brutal, but we're going to talk about that. So before we do, please like, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate all you guys that would do me a big favor if you guys subscribe. We are literally like 3 subs away from my goal of 500. So if literally like 3 of you just hit sub, I'll hit my goal and I can set a new one. But appreciate you guys. Let's jump right into it. So like I said, I watched some of the matches during the international break. I got to talk about Kylian Mbappé. I got to talk about him because I think right now, in a Real Madrid shirt, we're very close to seeing the final form of Kylian Mbappé. This guy has another level in him to achieve. And I think we're seeing that play out right now, not only for club, but for country. So this came out from Fabrizio Romano. 4 goals in 4 games for club and country. He is now the second best goal scorer ever for France. Think about that. Think about all the attackers, all the great players that have come out of France. Unbelievable stuff. 51 goals for the French national team, same as Henry. He's only behind Olivier Giroud, which, no shade to Olivier Giroud, is surprising to me that he is the leading scorer, but it is what it is. This kid is only 26 years old, guys. He still has something in the tank, and honestly, I think he's on a tour to just get that Ballon d'Or. I know that rhymed. It wasn't supposed to. That just was a fluke. But he's on a tour to win the Ballon d'Or and trophies for Real Madrid. I think just him seeing PSG win damn near everything, and just all the static from last season, even though he dropped 40 goals, he has something to prove. And I think he's ready to do that. And we're seeing that play out right now. So I love seeing that. I also loved seeing, sticking to France, my guy, Aurelien Tchouaméni. Look at this peach of a pass to Kylian Mbappé. I got to say, guys, I've been a fan day one since Tchouaméni arrived. And right now, today, I think he is one of the best DMs in the world right now. Now, I think outside of our Real Madrid bubble, I don't think people are watching or pay attention to him. I don't think that they are seeing what he's doing because there's just so much attention on Mbappé, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Franco, Arda Güler. They get all the shine, right? He's been doing the dirty work. Again, he's my French Beckenbauer, my French Casemiro, but his passing, I don't know what Xabi Alonso is feeding him. I don't know what books he's been telling him to read. I don't know what's going on, but he has leveled this man up tremendously, and I love seeing it. And I think he's going to end up being one of the best, if not best, DMs in the game. He's just been amazing, guys, and I hope that translates over to Real Madrid coming back from the international break, but he's been phenomenal. I have nothing but great things to say about Tchouaméni, and he's arguably been one of our best players, but he will not get the shine because, unfortunately, he's on a team full of superstars that get way more attention to him, but he's doing the dirty work, guys. So Love seeing that. Real quick, Arda Güler got some run out for Turkey, but they got slapped up by Spain 6-0. He got in a little dust up with Lamine Yamal. I guess rivalries don't die no matter what shirt you're wearing. So love seeing that. And then young Franco got some run outs, obviously, for Argentina. He's making history again with just being that young 17-year-old, 18-year-old, whatever, out there playing for Argentina. So love to see that. But again, everyone's back. Everyone's fit. And now it's time to lock back into La Liga. So speaking of locking in, this is what September is looking like, guys. We got Real Sociedad coming up this weekend. Then we got Marseille for Champions League. Espanyol, Levante, the Madrid Derby against the Mattress Makers. And then we're going to Kazakhstan because I don't know how to say that club's name. And I don't recognize that badge. So, yeah, it's going to be a brutal September, guys, as far as travel. I'm not worried about the matchups, but the travel is going to be brutal. And we're going to have to see a lot of rotation. And speaking of Champions League, real quick, I saw this. We are only favored we're less than 6% favored to win the Champions League, guys. I mean, I guess if we're gonna be the dark horse, I'll take it. I don't want all the attention on us, but respectfully, I mean, I understand these three, but Man City, really? I don't know. I don't know about that one. But again, I don't mind being like in the cut, being the dark horse. That's fine, but put some respect on our name. This is our tournament. This is ours, guys. So let's get into our last game against Mallorca. And I have to say, this scoreline is deceiving. I'm not going to take anything away from Mallorca at all. They had a great game plan going in. They obviously put 5-7 people back, whatever. They nicked a goal. Mariki got the header off the set piece, which I had flashbacks on, and then we cooked. Xabi Alonso made some adjustments. Mbappé was offside a couple of times. There were some goal scoring opportunities. I honestly think this game could have been like 4-1. That's just me, but it was close on paper. But I think we're in control, especially going into the second half. We were definitely in control. But the things I love seeing right now, Vinicius Jr. looks like he's finally playing with freedom, guys. And he's creating danger all game in this match. He got a goal. Love to see it. He's happy. I'm happy. Xabi Alonso seems to be happy. And for all you haters that said that Xabi Alonso was crazy or stupid for benching Vinny, Jedi mind trick, baby. It's worked. It has worked. You can't say that it hasn't. Trent played a masterful game. He looked like the Trent that we just picked up from Liverpool and playing in those magical passes. He's just getting better over time. And that's what I want to say is like Xabi Alonso, with him bringing in these new players and him just arriving so early, just the progression that we're seeing from either veteran players or the new players, like we're just seeing this, everyone's skill level is progressing. And I love to see that. So that's a very positive sign. There hasn't been like any regression yet. There might be with this schedule thing and stuff like that, but so far I love what I'm seeing. And our back line, that is just the story of the season so far for me. It's a very young season, 3 games in, but Dean Huijsen, Militao, that's my preferred center back duo. I think Rudiger has this. He's lost a step. He kind of got cooked a little bit in the international break for Germany. I don't know if you guys saw that. He got cooked up. I love Rudiger, El Loco, but now you're like a rotational player, man. So I think overall with just the Mallorca match, I just love seeing this from our back line. Carreras is great. I need him to stop playing 90 minutes. I need to see more Fran Garcia. I think he's made a case to, he won't be the starter, but get some time. I mean, come on. Carreras just arrived, and why is he playing full 90s? Let's stop that. But he's been great. Trent, I don't mind the rotation with him and Danny Carvajal. I think it's all situational based, guys. I think, he needs to get acclimated to La Liga and the team. Xavi's trying to give him some minutes, get familiar with his players. You saw the passing improve. He's trying to time those runs with Mbappé. I don't mind it. With the schedule coming up, I need to see some more rotation. Danny Carvajal, he may be older, but he has experience and he has tools that Trent doesn't have, and vice versa. Defensively, I trust Danny Carvajal way more than Trent, but that could change over time. We'll see what happens there. But I think I don't mind the rotation. I just need to see if we put games away early, then I expect like them to be like one of the first subs going in and out in between each other. That's just how I feel. That's my opinion. Poor Courtois, he has nothing to do because our back line is amazing, but he's still the best keeper in the world. Great for him. No, he obviously makes saves, but he's been less busy than last season. I think he doesn't mind that at all. Arda Güler, he cooked, got a goal. He's looking great. Tchouaméni, I already talked about him. Fetty, brilliant. But I think out of all the players, I think he's had to make the biggest adjustment. I think Xabi Alonso has asked him, this is just my opinion, I think Xabi Alonso has asked him to be more of like a true midfielder, not necessarily keep doing the box-to-box role, and in that box-to-box role, focus on attack. I think he's asking him to sit a little bit more, but I could be wrong. That's just what I've been noticing. I know last season with Lucas Vazquez back there, he had to kind of be more of an attacking threat on that right side because everything just ventured to the left, and we need somebody over there, but he also had to track back and be like that extra line of defense because of Lucas Vazquez's inability to defend or get back on the overlap. So I think he's had to adjust his game slightly, but it's kind of hard when you've been doing something like forever and being asked to change to do it. Kind of like Trent. He was with Liverpool forever and asked to do this, and now he's with. So, yeah. Again, this is my observation. I could be totally wrong, but that's just what I'm seeing. And then Mbappé could have easily been man of the match. He was just offsides, guys. That's it. And then Vinny, again, scoring goals, being happy. All you haters that said Xabi Alonso was crazy for benching him, you were wrong. The Jedi mind trick worked. The proof is right. The proof is right there, guys. It's right there. So, nice try, Mallorca. But again, scoreline was a little bit deceiving. So, let's talk about Real Sociedad. These guys are in the basement. I have no concerns at all. They just lost to Real Oviedo. They drew against Espanyol and Valencia. Here is their last starting 11. Oyarzabal, he's probably their best finisher, but that's not saying much, guys. He's kind of falling off a little bit. Kubo, now he steps up. You know, he always has something to prove when he's playing against us. He has good games and bad games. He kind of disappears a little bit, but he's always a threat. He can be a dangerous player. So I'm not sure about the full fitness here with those two players, but they should be okay. As long as we get ahead of these guys early and just take them out of their rhythm, I honestly expect a clean sheet here, man. These last season, they couldn't find the back of the net at all. I think they only had like a total of like 30, 35 goals or something like that. And it's looking like, I mean, they've scored in every game other than their loss to Oviedo, but I can't see it, guys. I just can't see it. And I really don't have much to say. I mean, this team's usually tidy in their midfield, how they set up. They're going to try to force mistakes. But if we press them, get them confused and get them down early, I think this game's over. And I honestly want to see that so we can start rotating and get ready for Champions League. Hopefully we can score an early goal within like the first 25 minutes and get them off balance a little bit and have to change things up. And we just bury them. So here are some of the injuries. Now, Camavinga is back in training from what I've seen. I don't think he's fit yet. I know there were some talks about him returning after the international break, but I don't think he's fully fit yet, and that's okay. Maybe, we save him for Champions League. Endrick is training again. I'm worried about him. I think he might get loaned out, guys. I think he might get loaned out. I don't see a spot for him right now. And that's it's tough for me to say because I had high hopes on him. He's still very young, But you know how it goes when we loan people out, man. It usually doesn't work out. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then Ferland Mendy, ouchie all the time. We need to sell this guy, but nobody wants him because he's broken goods. And then Jude. If you believe what you're seeing out here, he's ahead of schedule as far as returning from his shoulder surgery. But let's not rush him. He's back in training. It's great to see, but let's not rush it. I feel like we're in a good spot, guys. I'm not worried about them. I'm going to be safe on my prediction, but I'm saying 2-0. And then with the lineup, guys, this is all predicated on the upcoming schedule. So don't call me crazy if you see something crazy on here. I'm just thinking ahead. That's all. That's all I'm thinking ahead. So we're going to start at the back. My man Courtois, he has nothing to do. He's going to get his book out for this game and just read some chapters. I'm going to start with the center backs because it's the obvious thing to do. Militao and Dean are my preferred, and I believe Xavi's preferred center back lineup. It makes the most sense for me. They both have been playing spectacularly well. Rudiger's has lost a step, unfortunately. I think we see Trent. And again, this goes to if we get ahead early, he'll get subbed out for Danny. And that way we can rest, build some confidence for Trent, rest some legs for him, get Danny out there, see how he performs, get him some fitness out there, some run and everything like that, and get ready for Champions League, and we'll see how we line up against Marseille. Same thing for the left here. I honestly think we see my man, Spanish Patrick Swayze looking Fran Garcia. I think he gets some tick this time, guys. I hope so. Alvaro Carreras has been great. He's been great, but we cannot run this man into the ground. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. I'm going to go with Fran. Yeah, it's got to be him. And then the obvious things in the midfield, French Beckenbauer over there on the left. I'm sure that will rotate. And again, I didn't say the formation, guys, but 4-2-3-1. That's how we lined up against Mallorca. Now, obviously, that changes. Like an amoeba out there, could be 4-3-3, whatever. But this is the base foundation right here. Then we got Fetty on that right side. I don't think Franco is going to be starting, guys. I don't think so. He's shown flashes, but he hasn't been great. And that's okay. He's 17, 18. We need to stop comparing him to Lamine Yamal. I need the press to stop that too. We just all need to chill out and let this kid just do his thing. Like, let him be him. Let's not rush him into stardom and anything like that. Now, he's had some chances. It's shown some glimpses, like I said, but he hasn't been great. And I think he's not ready for Champions League football. The lights, the pressure, all of that, he's not ready. So I think because of that, we put Brahim Diaz out there. He has the experience. He offers something a little bit more dynamic for Xavi's tactics, in my opinion. He has good link-up play with Kylian and Vinny. We'll see what happens here with Arda, but I prefer Brahim. You can do a little bit more with him dynamically as far as the formation, in my opinion, with Brahim out there. We got Arda at the 10. Vinny, obviously, you guys already know this. And then Mbappé completes my predicted 11. So that's how I got us lining up. I hope for Mbappé, he doesn't play the full game either. I hope we see Gonzalo Garcia. I think he deserves some tick too. Again, this is all, my lineup is dictated on what we see ahead of us as far as Champions League and just the overall schedule. We need to rotate, okay? With opponents like Manchester City, Liverpool, Juventus, Benfica, in our group just coming up, like, we need to see a lot of rotation. Xabi Alonso has no choice but to spread the minutes around. So we could see players like Arda Güler, Ceballos, Fran Garcia, either come off the bench, start, whatever. Just that could happen. And then if Jude isn't 100%, we'll need to ease him in slowly. So this month could decide how comfortable we feel going into the winter overall. That's just how I feel, guys. So I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. How you think we'll line up? I think this is it. I think this is it. But again, it could change. This is all predicated on the schedule ahead. If he wants to pull out his best 11, then obviously some things would change here. But in my opinion, I think the obvious thing is I don't think Franco is going to start. I don't. And my wild card, obviously, is Fran Garcia getting the start over Carreras. But other than that, I just hope we get ahead early against Real Sociedad so we can rotate if needed and get some players in there. That's just my opinion. So, look, this lineup, it's balanced. I think it's quick. It keeps the energy high against a side that kind of wants to drag you into like a slow technical battle. They're probably going to play for a draw here, a point, man. So I'm not expecting much dynamic play from them, but we shall see. We shall see. We're going to their house. It is what it is, but that's just how it feels. So that's the preview, guys. Madrid are back. Sociedad are up next. And the grind of La Liga and Champions League is about to kick in. So drop your predicted 11 in the comments and let me know if you rotate more heavily this weekend, or would you go with your strongest 11 that we've been seeing? So also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Again, so close to 500. I appreciate all you guys. If you made it this far, thank you so much. And that's it, guys. A la Madrid. Peace.